What the Business YouTube, episode 3. My name is Jay Florida, and today's career discussion is a bank teller. So, what is a bank teller? A bank teller is a bank employee who handles customers' routine financial transactions like deposits, withdrawals, cash and checks, serving as a primary point of contact for customers at a bank branch. Quick history lesson. Bank tellers as a specific role for handling money transactions emerged in the mid-1700s in England with the growth of modern banking, though the word teller, meaning one who counts, is much older. Now, a few basic requirements to becoming a bank teller include obtaining a diploma, having a clean background, and strong communication and people skills. Now, this shouldn't take you any more than 15 to 20 minutes to fill out an application, and it shouldn't cost you any more than what your phone bill is plus transportation. Now, moving on, as far as the range goes, as a bank teller, quite frankly, you'll be struggling to cross over that $100,000 earning threshold. So, it's just a spoiler for you early on. A day in life as a bank teller can be described as relationship building, processing transactions, cash handling, and computer work. As far as opportunity goes, the bank teller score is yellow. While I do believe there is an abundance of positions available, I also want to say that the institutions can be quite picky about who they trust working for them. You know, a lot of money sitting around in these buildings and whatnot. So, yeah. For this episode, I don't have a lineup of examples since this is not a career or position that does fame and notoriety. But if you're wanting some more insight on what it's like being a bank teller or how you may become a bank teller, I'm sure you can ask your local bank teller whenever you make a stop at the bank. So, moving on to our fact moment segment of this episode. Starting off, we have some notable figures who have been bank tellers, including Whoopi Goldberg, Wolfgang Stark, and John Legend, to name a few. Second, the largest bank by number of employees is J.P. Morgan Chase, with over 300,000 employees globally, all around the world. And our last fact for this episode, the number one reason often cited from bank tellers leaving a position is lack of career advancement. So that's another spoiler for you. Our last moment before we go on, or last segment before we move on to the circle of influence, would be health risks and mitigations. So starting off the list, we have musculoskeletal disorders as a result of repetitive motions and long periods of sitting. High stress from high quotas and customer conflicts, increased risk to diabetes, obesity, and cardiovascular issues due to a sedentary lifestyle. So, again, with all of these health risks, there is mitigation. We have regularly scheduled breaks, Don't overwork yourself. Try to find a moment in the day where you could get away, where you know that you're, supposed to get away. Stretch your legs, go on a walk, do something, Practicing a healthy lifestyle outside of work to combat the sedentary lifestyle. Task management, not falling behind on your tasks, which, would eventually cause more stress. And then last but not least, mental health resources. So, it does seem like we have a full segment here. I'm going to go ahead and give the floor to my co-host to take over for the Circle of Influence. All right. I was asked for, so here I am. Circle of Influence. If you don't know, it's a small compilation of ideas and statistics that may draw a person into or away from pursuing a certain career or position. Now, starting off the list with the ideas, we have respect. Is this a career that brings me dignity and respect? Now, for this segment, the bank teller scores green. All right. Moving on from respect, we have growth. Is this a career that presents me with the opportunity to grow? I'm going to give you 3 seconds to come up with an answer. If you said that the bank teller would score red, you would be correct, and your eyes are working perfectly fine. Now, quite frankly, as a bank teller, you won't be scratching the surface of that $100,000 earning threshold. So take that for what you will. Moving on from growth, we have gore. Is this a career or position that will have me in a situation where I'm dealing with blood? Now, for this segment, the bank teller also scores green. Yeah. And then we have moral conflict. Is this a career or position that will have me compromise any of my morals? Don't steal, don't kill, don't cheat. All of that good stuff. The basic set of guidelines. Again, the bank teller scores green. Yeah. So, on to the statistical side of things. We have gender demographics, where men make up 24% of the industry and women make up 76%. Next, we have ethnic demographics, where Caucasians make up 58% of the industry, Hispanics make up 21% of the industry, and African Americans make up 10% of the industry. And then last, for our circle of influence, we have location demographics, top paying states in no particular order. We have Washington, Connecticut, California, New Jersey, and the District of Columbia. All right, so that wraps it up for our circle of influence. I'm gonna go ahead and give the floor back to Florida. I'm back, Sergio with the tongue twister there. Florida. Say that 5 times fast. Okay, but just to put it in the summary, bank teller, Now, I don't want to say this because, you not scratching the surface of 100,000. That is not a well-paying position. I mean, granted, there are lots of Americans who are doing pretty well for themselves who aren't, in that $100,000 income level. But it is not a position that grants you much room to grow. While people, I would say, do respect you, and you may find it unsatisfactory over time, but it seems like we have a full episode, self-help resources on the board. I'm also leave it in the description. And today's word of the day. How about sadistic? All right. If you like this content, you want to see more of this content, make sure to comment, like, or subscribe, And I'll see you guys episode 4.